Whether you might realize it or not, there are certain things that you do or not do in your business that position you either as an amateur or as an expert. And so after a couple of years working and talking with freelance web designers, here are the top 10 things that I noticed that amateurs do so that you can avoid doing them and position yourself like the expert that you are. And I will also recommend related videos so that you can go deeper into each of these topics and really help you take your business to the next level. Let's go. Hello, my friend. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Adrian Somoza and I focus on teaching advanced web design and freelancing skills. So if you want to stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications. Back to our topic. So positioning in marketing refers to the place that a brand occupies in the minds of the consumers and how it is distinguished from the services of its competitors. So every touch point with a prospect is positioning you either as an expert or as an amateur, depending on what you do and what you say. So here are 10 signs that you're positioned as an amateur, and know that you could be an expert, right? In the sense that you could have expertise, but still be positioned as an amateur in the way you conduct your business. So hopefully this will help and enlighten you. Sign number 1. You offer more than one service. The bottom line is that you need 10,000 hours to become a pro at one skill. That means 5 years dedicating 8 hours a day. So it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to become a pro at many services, many areas of expertise at the same time. And it would take you like too many years. Imagine doing being an expert at design and development would take you 10 years. Doing design, development, and SEO would take you 15 years to become a pro at the 3, right? So you get the idea. If you're saying I'm an expert in 10 things, that's almost by default, it's not true, okay? So you want to keep it very, very simple, and in your titles and everything that describes what you do, you want to keep it simple and say web designer, okay? I talk more about that in this video. Sign number 2, you offer services to anyone. Now, if you serve everyone, you will be stuck spending a lot of hours scoping and budgeting each project, building proposals, learning about your new client's industry. You will lack systems that simplify your process. You will do things manually. You won't be building expertise in a particular industry to make yourself more helpful for people in that industry, for businesses in that industry, and thus be able to increase your value and your rates accordingly. Nowadays, with the amount of web designers all over the world, it's not enough to just specialize in web design. To stand out and command expertise, you will need to pick an industry vertical and learn deeply about it, okay? For example, I had a BONT club member who was starting to do research within his industry, his niche, and it was a winery niche. He did a concept before talking with people in this niche to just have something in his portfolio to show, right? And he did a quick e-commerce concept of a wine label, right? And so that people could, get there, look at the price, look at the wine, and just purchase it there. Now, when he talked with people inside this industry, he found out that actually most wine labels won't need an e-commerce, because in that niche, they are not used to selling B2C, but rather B2B. And so what's going to be helpful for websites is going to be guiding users to the nearest store. So instead of purchase this wine, it would be like a CTA and a flow taking users to find the nearest store, right? And so those type of things, if you're not acquainted with a niche, if you don't have expertise in that niche, if you haven't done any research in that niche, you will look like an amateur. Even if you do just concepts or just like a random research, right? You're gonna just look like an amateur. And so make sure that you are learning about your niche and really focusing on one and not serving everyone, because every industry, every vertical has its own needs, its own goals, and its own, pain points. And so you want to be an expert and really know what you're talking about and what you're designing for, right? The problems that you're actually solving, because otherwise, design is solving problems. And if you don't know what problems you're solving, you're not really designing, you're just doing cosmetics. Okay, so make sure that you pick a vertical, that you don't serve everyone, and that you can basically be able to command expertise by showing that you know what you're talking about, right? And I talk more about that in this video, so make sure to take a look at that if you want. Sign number 3, you negotiate your price down. So you end up lowering your prices when a client asks for a discount just to make the sale happen, right? What this really tells your prospect is that you don't really have enough demand for you to be able to afford saying no to their budget, because they don't have the budget to afford what you're asking for. So if you can't say no, if you can't afford to say no, right, and maintain your prices, then that already positions you as an amateur and not an expert, at least as someone that doesn't know how to sell himself and that is not like fully booked, and that doesn't make you look very good. You know what I mean, right? And I'm putting this in, like, by the way, in like black and white terms, but there's grays, right? I'm just trying to put it in black and white just to be clearer. So to solve this, you need to work on getting more clients, more leads, so that you can afford to say no to the ones who are not a fit for your budget and for the type of projects that you want to be doing. If you have too little leads, you will always be stuck on taking whatever comes your way, so that you can survive, basically, right? And you will always be working for the money and not for your passion, right? Not for the things that you're passionate about, and developing your expertise and your skills and pushing yourself to the next level. So I talk more about that in this video. Make sure to check it out to go more in depth about that. Now, sign number 4, you charge low prices. So do you ever distrust the product because it's cheaper than the rest that are similar to it, right? Like a milk, for example, in the convenience store. So if you set your prices too low, that instantly positions you as an amateur instead of an expert. So another example of a BONT Club member who, was charging way too low for his expertise, and then he started talking with prospects in his vertical, right, in his niche. And the first interview he did, he asked his prospect how much would he be willing to pay for his ideal website, and the prospect told him 20K, and he was actually charging 10 times less than that. So imagine, how little we know about our prospects, what they want, what they are willing to invest, and what's worth it for them, right? So a lot of this comes from not being confident in what you can provide and not knowing the impact that you have in the businesses that you're designing for, the problems that you're actually solving for these businesses, and how that helps businesses grow. So, nobody would be willing to pay 20K if it wasn't worth more than that for them. The bottom line is that experts charge premium rates because they are confident in the value they can provide to their clients. And I talk more about that in this video, so make sure to check that out. Sign number 5, you sell features. So you think of features like user-centric, right? Beautiful, engaging web experiences, right? Customizable websites with an easy-to-use CMS. You think those are the things that give value to your work. So instead of selling features, you should be focusing on selling benefits. For example, increasing qualified leads, increasing conversion rate, or taking it one step further and helping business owners have more profit in their business so that they can be more present to be with the loved ones. So I talk more about that in this video, so if you want to go more in depth about that, make sure to check that out. Sign number 6, you don't close your sales on the call. So sending a proposal via email after the call is a very cold way of closing a sale. Clients with higher budgets pay more in a great part because they they want a better service. They want more attention to them. Like, they want you to pay attention. They want you to invest time in them. And so they will probably have questions for you, right? If they see your proposal, they probably will have questions. But if you are not on a call with them, right, you're not being able to, answer those questions, clarify their concerns, and make sure that you're both aligned and in the same page to move forward. So giving them the time, the attention, the possibility to ask questions and clarify their concerns on a call will dramatically position you away from the competition and set you apart from the pool of amateurs that are just sending a proposal and waiting to get an invoice in their bank accounts, right? Make sure that you're really providing a premium service by giving the attention that your clients and your prospects deserve, so that you can close more sales and be positioned as an expert. Sign number 7, you assume you know what your prospects need. This is a big one. So you reach out to them after reviewing their website, and you kind of give them like a free advice, right? As a free survey of their website and what they can improve. Now, the thing is, you don't really know what problems they have in their business. Do they really need your services? What problems are they facing in their business? What are their KPIs? What things make them more successful and what things don't, right? Can you really help them move those numbers, right? With a website, with your services? So amateurs assume, experts diagnose. Experts jump on a call, talk with their prospects, and really find out what are the problems, what are the things that they need to fix. And before even, designing, before even jumping on Figma. So the tip here is don't give advice before building a relationship and diagnosing the problems and goals of your prospects. I talk more about that in this video, so make sure to check that out if you want. Sign number 8. You don't connect one-to-one with your prospects. In this microwave era, we tend to think we should be able to automate things in a way that frees our time, right? Now, the biggest pitfall when automating your business is replacing conversations with automated emails or DMs. To offer high-ticket services, you really need to have a customized experience with each prospect and build relationships with them. If there's one thing that you shouldn't be automating in your business to position yourself as an expert, is building relationships with your prospects. You cannot automate that. That's one of the most crucial parts of your business, building relationships with your prospects. So I talk more about that in this video, so make sure to check that out if you want. Sign number 9. You don't vet your clients. So you reach out to prospects directly offering your services. You don't establish whether you and your prospects are a good fit to work together or not. So amateurs work with anyone, like we talked about. Experts vet their clients and look for a fit. They're vetting, they're filtering their clients. They're not taking on any client. So if you need to sell to survive, you will always have to sell to anyone that comes your way. To have the luxury of vetting your clients, you need to build a strong sales system. This means you need to be proactive and learn how to find the right clients for you on demand. I talk more about that in this video, so check that out if you want to solve this. And sign number 10, you don't show your work online. There are a million excuses not to show your work, but not showing any work just leaves in the prospects' minds 1,000 questions. Bear in mind that prospects, people who don't know you, right, and might want to work with you, don't really know if you're telling the truth or not, right? So if you say you're an expert in web design, but you don't show any work, right, how can people that don't know you trust you, right? And trust, when it comes to selling online, trust is one of the most important things. So you want to be able to build trust quickly with your prospects and just remove the friction, remove the barriers that are separating a prospect from wanting to work with you If you don't show your work, the bottom line is that you will always depend on referrals. In this industry, to be able to turn strangers into customers, you need to show your work. I talk more about that in this video, so if you want to take a look at how to build your portfolio online, take a look at that video. Now, to be honest with you, I did all of this in that order. So if you would have asked me 13 years ago, I would have scored a 10 out of 10, and I would still have scored like a 3 out of 10 like 2-3 years ago. Okay, so now ask yourself, right? I want to put the ball in your court, right? How much, right, on a scale of 1 to 10 did you score from these 10 signs? Feel free to leave a comment below if you feel brave enough to share that, but otherwise it's just like a self-diagnose for you to just see where are the areas that you need to be working on to improve your business and be positioning yourself not as an amateur, but rather as an expert. That's it, my friend. To make sure that you don't miss any of my free content outside of YouTube, right? Freebies, resources. Soon I'm gonna be releasing a new free course. So, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter. It's gonna be linked below so that you don't miss anything. And if you're finding my content valuable, imagine learning all of these things alongside me and other like-minded web designers who can inspire, encourage, and help you on your journey. The BONT Club is my signature mentorship program that goes beyond just taking your web design skills to an advanced level. It's about learning how to turn those skills into a paycheck, giving you the freedom to do more of what you love. So if you're ready to join us, then click the link below to apply or check my website to learn more. That's it for today's video, guys. Hope you found it valuable, and as always, let's bridge the gap one pixel at a time.